Red Hood 51, which is almost the end of the series. So we'll see what David replaces Red Hood with when the time comes. But for now, take it away.
Yeah, this is. I'm just gonna get to the credits page because it's not Lobdell anymore.
That's true. That's right. Someone.
So
different.
I'm just trying to find whether. There it is. Sean Martinborough is the writer, and Tony Akins is the artist, who I've not seen in a while. The last major work I remember from Tony Akins is when he was kind of in and out on New 52 Wonder Woman with Cliff Chiang. Early on. I don't really remember a lot of him since then. Although I think he was in the solicits for coming up, so I'm sure he's on something. But first major positive thing about this book, I mean, other than it's not Lobdell, is Dan Mora cover. Very nice. Yeah,
yes.
just objectively a good thing. But honestly, this issue is still kind of a mess. It's still not very good. It's like introducing a whole new thing. This is set in the aftermath of Joker War, and there's a district of Gotham that we're kind of following. That we're kind of introduced to the Hill. It's a place that used to be a real shithole, and Jason bought some real estate in while it was real cheap, like 15 years ago. I think it says something like that. I don't know how old.
So he's a gentrifier.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't lived there. Is the point? He just got someone to, make sure the place stays intact. And since then, this is the first time he's really come back in a long time. And since then, the whole place has gentrified around him. And that's a lot of what this issue is kind of that shock of like, okay, I don't recognize this place anymore. What's going on? Kind of meeting up with some people from his past. Dana Harlow is her name. And her family, her sister she's a news anchor on the TV. That's how the issue is introduced. Her father is some sort of prominent figure in the community. People seem to know who he is. And there's a bit like just catching up, trying to establish their history. That stuff's kind of fine. It really telegraphs some stuff with her though, being or at least presumably being one of these vigilantes, because there's like a couple of rival gangs in the street. That's kind of how we open the issue before we get any Red Hood stuff. Actually, I say that before we get any Jason stuff. I don't think there's really any Red Hood in the issue at all. Maybe very slightly at the end. But a lot of it is this kind of, there's a couple of gangs, they're running hits and stuff, but there's like a rival gang coming to get them. And it very much seems like she's running the rival gang. But we got a lot of stuff with this villain who's introduced, Tommy Max, I believe his name is, who's got one of the worst designs ever. I'll get back to that. Basically, it's like a fashion mogul, and he's kind of wanting to get in, with the underworld, and like sell like Killer Croc branded things because that'll sell apparently, stuff like that. And he has a whole thing where he goes to Killer Croc and is trying to cut a deal with him. And you got Croc, swagging around all suave in a big, like, it's kind of like, a Italian mobster, suit with a hat and everything. It's different, but the design for Tommy Max, I think it's a mask. It looks like it is a mask, but it looks, think Suicide Squad Joker, like the damage tattoo.
Hate that.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except it says like Gotham instead of damaged. It is like the design of it. Like I said, it's not a tattoo. I'm pretty sure it's on a mask, but just it's very evocative of that. And he's wearing like what looks like a snakeskin sort of jacket, or it's supposed to look like it's Croc skin. It's all this stuff. It's kind of weird. I don't know quite what they're doing. This seems like a lot of stuff to be introducing to do in 2 issues. It's intense, and I don't know what their aim is. But yeah, there's an implication that Dana is maybe one of the leaders of the rival gang who's interrupting them and stuff like that. Honestly, it's kind of a bit of a messy issue. It's introducing like 5-6 different things. There's absolutely no Red Hood whatsoever. I've just skimmed, double checked. There is Jason, but I'd say Jason is in possibly half the page count tops, maybe less. So it doesn't even feel like it's a Red Hood book for a lot of this issue. It's a very strange comic. I'm not entirely sure what its mission statement is as a new run. It's pretty murky. Art is fine. Tony Akins is not my favorite. The stuff when whoever the colorist is, I'm trying to find that colorist, Paul Mounts. Whenever he comes to the rescue, is what I'm going to say. You know, whenever there's like fire or lighting effects, you know, things to really play up and give a sense of atmosphere. Like if there's some explosions or night vision goggles, for example, that stuff looks really good, but it feels like it's kind of hiding a lot of Akins's line work, which is a bit unfortunate because it's not very clean line work, but it's not overly messy. It's just a little bit heavy-handed, a little bit loose, enough that it's recognizable, but and you know, just off where not far enough in any direction that I feel like it has a unique style to it, and kind of just comes off a little bit bland for my tastes. And layouts are just pretty straightforward, nothing really inventive. Yeah. The one inventive bit is like there's like a laser gun, it looks like, and the panels where it's shown being used are like angled, so they're like got like a 3D effect, so they're kind of coming in and out of the page slightly. That's all right. Yeah, other than that, it's a very bland issue, very mixed. That I'm not sure what's done. Oh, I tell a lie. There are 2 panels with Red Hood in that I missed when I was skimming. This is where he shows up to talk to what I think was Dana. It sounds like it very much seems like a couple of lines of dialogue that imply that. But yeah, overall pretty mixed issue. I give it a 5.